Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talent, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, executive producer of the Female Solution radio show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangade. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all.
Grand Rising, and thank you all for joining us for this Tuesday edition of the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. And today is the day we shop with Zoe. We've got another special deal for you, and we also want to remind you of the opportunity you have to make money from other people's shopping. We're excited today because as we bring you this deal, we're also worldwide on our on-air radio network. And you can call in and talk about perhaps a product that you would like to introduce to the marketplace. What is it that's keeping you stuck? Are you afraid that you don't know how to mass produce it? Are you afraid you don't know how to price it? Are you afraid that others may reject you and not buy it? Well, we want to talk about that today as well. Getting over the fear of entrepreneurship, of creating something that pays you, that doesn't depend on other people. So we want you to free your mind and imagine the possibilities. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll introduce to you the fancy foot warmers, because snow is coming, and in a whole lot of places it's already here. And you know that feeling of frostbite when your toes are so cold you can't even feel them anymore? Well, we've got the product for you. And just because you live in the South doesn't mean you're not going to feel the cold. Those temperatures have been quite frigid down south. And you may want to just be prepared by getting your fancy foot warmer. On sale for a limited time, just $14.99. And we'll be right back with more after this quick break. So we invite you to stick and stay. Don't stray away. We'll be back with Shop with Zoe after this quick message. So stay with us.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, people are using the internet to talk to everybody. Friends, neighbors, family members, co-workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, child care services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three black moms.
And in case you didn't notice the resemblance, we're also three sisters.
We're going to be coming to you every week, sharing our successes and our mistakes as we navigate our lives as moms, wives, sisters, daughters, and of course, Black women in today's world.
We'll talk about it all: race, politics, religion, economics, culture, and we'll take a look at everything from whether or not to use corporal punishment to how do you teach your children about sex.
Look for our upcoming book, Growing Up Charles. It's a personal story about our lives growing up in Maple Park on Chicago's South Side. I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three black moms. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Three Black Moms.
Hi, we are back, and you are listening to and watching the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. And I'm Naima Latif. And in just a moment, we're going to be joined by our Tuesday host, Zoe Ma. And I want to bring up a screen for you because we want you to take advantage of that which can really help you out this winter. You know, it's not going to be easy being out in the cold. And if you're one who shovels your own snow, this is going to really come in handy. I want to remind you, of course, that we are on the on-air radio network as well as our blog talk channels. And we've got other channels, of course, you can listen in and watch on our YouTube and Facebook channel, The Female Solution. And we want to provide for you an opportunity to interact because this is a time for you to expand. Somebody came up with a great slogan. We're going to soar in 2024. Well, 2024 needs to be a year that you decide to create some type of economic independence. And that could mean simply monetizing something that you've been doing all along that you like to do, and you can turn it into a business. And at worst, a part-time hobby that pays you some extra money. But never be afraid to be in business. So, of course, we want to give you an opportunity to voice your opinion and order your products as we shop with Zoe. And, of course, we've got a number of products that we'll be introducing. We're going to introduce you every week. We're going to introduce you to a new opportunity to give you a chance to experience something that can make your life better and also give you an opportunity to experience an income from other people shopping by being one of our prosperity partners. Well, this is the On-Air Radio Network. You can go right to onaireverywhere.com/on-air-radio-network. Soon we'll have an app. You can just tap it on your phone. And of course, when you get ready to call in, just hit join now, and that'll bring up the phone number, and you can dial on in and you'll be connected. And you can express your thoughts. And we want you to feel comfortable being a part of our daily conversation. This is the Morning Think Tank, where we hash out those issues that are affecting our lives. And you can be a part of our global family on the On Air Radio Network. And for those who are calling in on Blog Talk, of course, you know the number, 515-605-9325. On air, you can call in at 727-731-5192. And we want to hear from you because your voice is important. We're always encouraging our listeners to grow. And that's the purpose of being with you every day, to give you a chance to expand your mind, your thinking. On Air stands for Online Network of Associated Internet Radio Hosts. And we offer you a global guide to those communicators from around the world who are sharing their knowledge and experiences in a way that will help you raise your consciousness and envision the world you want to experience and then create it. So we urge you, you go to onaireverywhere.com, click on the radio network page to hear us and join us online every day, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central, of course, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. And we've got a guide that will show you what that means wherever you are in the world, so that if you're not on Central Time, you can figure out what time to tune in, listen in, and call in. And this gives you a chance to participate. And we've got a number of radio shows that you can hear right here on the On Air Radio Network. But we want you to also know what times you can listen in depending on where you are, so that if you want to join us live, you can. And this is the global guide that, picked out a couple of cities that just basically on different time zones. And we've got listeners and viewers in those areas. We've had some guests featured from these areas. And so we want you, if you're traveling, to get a chance to tune in. And our Tuesday host today, she's traveling. She's just come back from a trip overseas, and now she's crossed the nation and enjoying life in sunny Florida. Of course, it might not be as sunny as she would like. And this is why we're offering you a product that really will help in those frigid winter days where you are simply feeling your toes feel like they aren't there anymore. We know that feeling of near frostbite, and it's not fun. So, of course, we want you to be prepared. Now, this is our weekly lineup. And of course, there's Viata joining us every Friday and Sunday. We start the week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Today is Tuesday with Shop with Zoe. And Wednesday, Naeem Latif with co-host Kareem Hamid, telling you how to repair our families. And then we've got Asada joining us again with the Gathering of the Griots. And we've got, again, of course, Health and Well-Being with Viata. And the first Saturday, Jana with Success Strategies. Second Saturday, we've got Mama Joy and her co-host, Reverend Rosemary. And you can move around with Deborah on the third Saturday and the fourth Saturday, the Teen Talent Contest. And every fifth Saturday, we're going to be at the Elevate Cafe with our dear sister. And you are going to really enjoy that atmosphere with Jackie Brooks. And so we're giving you the lineup, and you can enjoy us every day of the week. And so on the On Air Radio Network, we're giving you a chance to listen in and call in. And after every show, if you've missed it live, you can tune in to the On Air Radio Network and listen in. And we know yesterday, and we know that Monday we had a fantastic show. Sunday, great show. And this is always a chance for us to share with you so that you get a different worldview. And if you listen to the media that's giving you a bunch of gloom and doom, you're going to be sad all the time. And when you're sad, you can't access the inspiration that comes with new ideas, because thought is a vibration. So you need to be on the vibration of joy in order to access the inspiration of new ideas. And this is why the news we give you is news that's going to motivate you and raise your level of joy so that you can receive that inspiration. So if you are excited about life and looking forward to the future, you're going to get ideas on how to make that future better. So what you put in your mind is going to set the dial for the information you're tuned into. And when you tune into information that is encouraging and exciting and motivating, then your energy level raises and you are able to access the divine mind, which is infinite possibilities. And you get inspired and you get ideas. So we share with you on the On Air Daily News information on politics, business, sports, entertainment, in a way that lifts you up and doesn't bring you down. But you can also go to the On Air Radio TV Guide. And these are voices of enlightenment, people from across the world who are sharing information and using their internet platforms to bring new ideas. Some of them we've been on their shows, and some of them have been on our shows, and some of them you've seen, and some of them have additional shows. And of course, we're going to introduce you to the known, the unknown, and the well known and the little known so that you can know them for yourself. But we're so excited to be a part of this conglomerate of people who are making a difference by changing thought. So we invite you, of course, to tune in to the On Air Radio Network when you want to call in and share. And again, that's www.onaireverywhere.com/on-air-radio-network, because we're on air everywhere, online all the time. And this is another opportunity for you to expand your consciousness, because this is what we do every day. And it's not difficult to change your mind. But when you have had habits of depression, and when you have learn to see the world as getting worse, then you start believing that. And you start creating it. And this is what we want to change: the way we create with our thoughts. We'll get a good idea and then talk ourselves out of it. We'll talk ourselves out of a great business idea. And sometimes we'll share it with people who don't have confidence in themselves. And we'll let them talk us out of a great idea. Why are we doing that? If you want to get information or inspiration from somebody about an idea that you have, don't talk to somebody who's never done anything. Why would you do that to yourself? Talk to somebody who is successful in the area that you want to be successful in. If you have an idea for a product or service, don't talk to somebody who's never put anything on the market, never sold anything, doesn't know the first step, and so all they can tell you is how it will never work because that's what they believe. That's why they never did it. Know who to go to when you want to be inspired. Do not talk to someone who's done nothing and ask them, is it possible for you to do something? Because they're going to tell you no, because that's what they believe and that's what they're living themselves. Knowing how to be inspired is half of the battle. If you want to be inspired, be around people who are achieving things. Don't be around people who are complaining and talking about what won't work and what isn't possible and what can't be done. Don't do that to yourself, because all you're going to do is end up being discouraged. You don't want to be discouraged. You don't want to talk yourself out of your own success. Because the fact of the matter is, if you are not willing to take a risk on yourself because someone else who has never taken a risk on themselves tells you you shouldn't do it, then prepare to have a life of frustration and regret. Always the woulda, coulda, shoulda. I could have done that. I should have done that. I wish I had done it. Jealousy of other people is a manifestation of disappointment in oneself. You see someone achieving something, and it reminds you that you were unwilling to try to achieve it yourself. And so you resent them because they dared to try and succeeded. That's what jealousy is. Sometimes you'll achieve something, and people who were your friends will turn on you and be nasty to you, and you don't understand why. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's their own feeling of regret as they see you achieving something and they realize that they did not have the courage to try. And so your success is a reminder of their own feelings of failure. It happens all the time. So understand that everybody is responsible for their own future, their own life, their own achievement. Everybody's responsible for acquiring the courage to gain the knowledge and practice the skill to achieve that which they desire. Everyone is responsible for taking whatever their circumstances are and striving to overcome whatever challenge they have faced and achieving the goal they set for themselves. Everybody's responsible for their own lives. And if people choose not to strive to overcome the challenges they're facing in order to achieve that which they desire to achieve, it is not your fault. It really is not. So, knowing that you are responsible, regardless of what your circumstances may be, whatever kind of parent you have, whatever kind of home life you had, these are challenges that you come into this world to overcome in order to become that which you came to become. The challenges are, what is this saying? The difference between a stumbling block and a stepping stone is how high you step. So if you need to step a little higher, then that's what you need to do. Don't keep stumbling over that same block when you know that if you raise your leg a little higher, you can step over it. It's your choice. So sometimes people get stuck in excuses and pointing to other people. Well, if they would just do this, if they would just do that. People are stumbling blocks until you make them stepping stones. Step over them. Step over the person who's nasty to you. Step over the person who won't share information with you. Step over the person who says lies about you. Step over them and go to a higher height. That's why you're here, to step over the stepping stones and go higher. We can easily get stuck in thinking if someone else does something, then we'll be able to achieve what we want. If they would just do this. But you can't control anybody else. You only control yourself. And if you waste your time waiting for someone else to change before you can achieve, then you will have wasted the valuable time of your life when you are here to live in a state of joy and satisfaction over your achievement. Whatever it is you wish to share with the world, do not let someone else's negativity block you. Don't let them be a stumbling block. Turn them into a stepping stone. So let's say you've got a fantastic recipe for cookies and people just rave over your cookies and you bake them every year and every special occasion and you share them at different events and people say, oh, you need to sell these. And you think about it for a minute, but then you talk yourself out of it. Well, I've got to take care of the children. I don't have time. You need an industrial kitchen. There's no way I can do this. So rather than you doing what's really available, go online and figure out how do I sell cookies? How do I make a cookie factory? How do I find a factory? How do I turn my kitchen into an industrial kitchen? How do I put my product on the market? Instead of researching it, you talk yourself out of it. And then let's say you've got a friend and she bakes delicious cakes. And you look up and one day you see her cakes packaged up nicely in the store with a cute little name and logo on it. And she's in business. How do you feel? She did what you could have done, but wouldn't do. And she's happy and joyful and making commercials. And, you see her life expanding. She's able to put her children through college without as much stress and strain. And she's, wearing nice clothes and being invited to different events and invited to speak at different groups and inspire other people and talk about and tell her story and all of that. And what are you feeling on the inside? Are you happy for her? Or are you feeling a little bit of resentment? This is what jealousy is. It's when someone is reflecting to you something you could have done, but were afraid to do. And they did it. And you resent it because now you have to face the fact that you were afraid. And it doesn't feel good. And so maybe you're not very nice to them because they've made you see yourself. They held up a mirror to you. And what you saw was a person who was too afraid to become what they could have become. You were afraid. So you don't want to be that person that lives a lifetime of self-doubt because you talk yourself out of a good idea, because something inside of you makes you feel like you're not worthy. You're not smart enough. You're not rich enough. You don't know enough people. You're not as articulate. You don't have a college degree, or you don't have training. You don't have this. You don't have that. You don't live on the right side of town. All these things. You don't have the right clothes. You can just talk yourself out of everything, and no one is stunting your growth but you. You have the power to become. You have the power to create, but you have to choose to do it. And nobody can make you overcome your fear. And sometimes people in their jealousy will be upset at somebody who's famous and look for all the things to talk about them negatively. When I listen to that, I know that's what that is. What are some of the popular targets for attack? Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. Oh, they could be doing more with their money. They could be doing this and that. They could be doing that. They're not doing this and that. No. Why are you talking about these people? And they're mega successful. They've overcome major obstacles, but they chose to overcome it, and they share their stories over and over and over again. It's regular people, even overcame some abuse, but they chose to overcome. And those people who are attacking them, it's jealousy. Because here they are, showing that no matter how difficult your childhood may have been, no matter how dysfunctional or neglectful your parent may have been, no matter how poor you may have been, no matter how many times you might have failed at a desired outcome, a goal, a job, a business, no matter how many times you have been hurt by disappointment, you chose to keep coming and keep becoming. This is what their lives represent. So people who attack them are people who are looking at the mirror of their own lives and seeing the failure to try. And that's why they're upset at people who have achieved. Because their lives say, I could have done the same thing, but I was too afraid to try. There is no limit on how many people can be successful in the world. Every single person can live the life they desire if they simply get over their fear. Stop blaming other people for what you're afraid to do. We talked the other day about the movie The Color Purple. And one of the things that we saw was the fact that people, not too many generations out of slavery, were building their own homes and creating their own businesses and generating their own income. Now, they could have sat around and talked about racism and who didn't give them a bank loan and who didn't sell them the land and who didn't do this, who didn't do that. They could have done those things, or they could have done what they did do, which is come together, bring their resources together, help each other out, work together, and create. They chose to do that. And they manifested something that had a major impact for the community. They created a place to gather, a place to share their musical gifts and talents and camaraderie. They chose to create, even in the midst of being in a hostile environment, because some of the people in that environment were hostile. Not everybody's hostile where you live. Stop blaming racism if you're one of those people. Stop blaming racism. That's a very common crutch. And it is a crutch. It's a crutch. The leg has healed. Why are you still walking with that crutch? Whatever you want to achieve at this time, the knowledge of how to do it is widely available. You don't have to pay for a college degree to figure out how to do something. You can go to the internet and just Google it. Come on now. Go to YouTube University, as they say. This is the power of the information network that we are a part of. And there's no excuse for anything that you want to do. Throw away that crutch. Stop talking about what other people won't let you do and how other people don't like you and how other people are blocking you. They are not. You are blocking yourself. Stop trying to get people who don't intend to help you to help you. Find the people who want to help you. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's a principle that we need to follow. We're going to take a quick break and come right back. And of course, if you're listening online and want to join this conversation, you can give us a call. You can call in 515-605-9325, or you can call in at 727-731-5192. And you can follow us on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show. And we'll be right back after these brief messages. And as always, we invite you to stick and stay. Don't stray away. We'll be back in a moment, so stay with us.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, people are using the internet to talk to everybody. Friends, neighbors, family members, co-workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, child care services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
While your business is making you money. That's the whole purpose of being in business. The idea is that you can be receiving income without you spending time. That's the whole purpose of it, is for you to be able to spend your time doing something else. And if you are excited about that possibility, then what you want to be able to do is think of the ways that you can, in fact, be earning a living and earning money and getting paid. Because the world is a place of trading and exchanging. That's what we do. That's what human interaction is. You have something that I need, I have something that you need. We exchange. That's all business is. So we're here to interact. And we're here to interact peacefully. You don't have to take from me, I don't have to take from you. We both have something of value. That's the whole premise of buying, selling, trading. That's all. We can do this peacefully if we have the right mindset. And the right mindset is simply that everybody has value. Everybody can contribute something to the whole. So whatever it is you do is valuable to the people that need it. And all you have to do is develop something, either an idea that makes life easier or a product that people enjoy partaking in, whether it's a food product or an entertainment product, whatever it might be. But you add something to the lives of people around you. You're valuable. All of us are. So we will make life better for others by developing our own ideas and inspiration. And then we share that which we have created. That's what manifests as business. And it's not something you have to study 8 years in college and get a doctorate to do. It's just have access to an idea, the inspiration that comes to you from the divine mind of the universe. If you're tuned in with positive thoughts. And then don't talk yourself out of it once the idea comes to you. It's very simple. So we want to give you a chance to also be beneficiaries of those who do shop and purchase and decide that they would like to benefit from the products that are being shared on the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. And we want you to go to thefemalesolution.com/prosperity-partners and fill out the form, because that is what empowers you to get paid when other people shop. And it's a very simple process because we send you money based on your very simple promotion. Just sending the products page to your friends and family on your contacts page. So when they purchase, they list your prosperity partner number, which is just your phone number. And of course, you fill out the form, let us know where you can receive your payments through Zelle. Send them out every Sunday to those prosperity partners. We already got a few that made a few dollars already because of things that have been sold. And so we know that business is not a hostile thing. It's a friendly thing. It's something that people can do and others can benefit from their activities. So this is not a difficult thing. It's simply an opportunity for people to prosper. And so we're going to give you a chance to take a look at a product that we believe will really be helpful to you, especially as the winter time arises. Let me bring up a page for you so that you might look at buying and selling differently. Business is something that is a benefit to the society. And when we travel, we understand that, because many times the first thing you need to do is to get the currency that is being used in that particular country if you're traveling abroad. And then you see people traveling spend money with the local businesses. So it's a positive thing when people travel and they spend money and they infuse the local economy with other money besides what exists in their own country. And if you recognize that, then you see that there's no reason for people to be hostile when someone comes to their country. What creates hostility if people come empty-handed and begging? So when people talk about going abroad, well, I want to go to this country, I want to go to that country, well, that's fine. Come bringing something, come bringing a skill, a product, a service, something that can enhance the lives of the people that you're proposing to live among. They don't want you coming draining the economy. Isn't that the conflict we're going through right now? People coming, whether it's refugees of war or poverty or crime, coming into a country and not coming with skills that can enhance things, but coming and needing help. And there's already a feeling of there's not enough. Well, there is enough. But we have to create the climate where everybody can participate in the economy and nobody can feel deprived or shut out. That's what's creating the conflict right now. So, our intention is to change the mindset that comes with business. Business can be about making friends and getting to know people and appreciating culture. It doesn't have to be hostile or fearful. You're taking what's mine. You're not letting me have my share. We're changing that narrative, that thought. So, our objective in giving you the opportunity to benefit from other people's purchases is to understand that when money circulates, everybody benefits. And if you get a portion of what people spend, then you're going to enjoy them spending. So we want you to be a prosperity partner and share the products page that shows what we're selling by phone. And you simply send the link up to the products page right here. The page that says products for those people who are listening. I'm on the Female Solution website, www.thefemalesolution.com/prosperity-partners, where you can see how it works. And it works the same thing with our advertisers, those businesses who are seeking to reach an audience. And when they purchase advertising, they're also paying you a portion as well. We'll send it to you for your sharing this page with your friends and acquaintances and total strangers. But we want to change the mindset about business and it not being a small group of people controlling everything and making everybody poor. That's not how it works. How it works is that everybody benefits. It's like blood circulating. Every organ, every part of your body gets some of the blood circulating. And so that's what keeps it healthy. You know that if any point in your body where the blood is not circulating, that part dies. And whether you get amputated, you don't want that. We're not trying to cut off any parts of our society either. We want the money. We want the symbols of trade and commerce to circulate to everybody. And this is part of that process. So we're grateful for an opportunity to teach a different way of thinking about business. This is the way of the future, and the future is now. We are not going to be enemies of each other anymore. We're going to be cooperative partners. That's the way that the earth is evolving. So we want you to see that and, of course, be encouraged to participate. Now, what we have today, the fancy foot warmers. And this is a product that we want you to have in your closet because the snow is coming, the cold is coming, and it is already in some locations where people were not ready for it. We go through this every year. We go through this every year where the snow comes and we were not ready. And therefore, we've got to scramble and go and try to buy some boots, which suddenly everybody's running to buy boots. and they end up overpriced uh, because we didn't do the smart thing and buy them at the end of the season, like smart shoppers do. We waited till the snow hit, and then we thought, oh, it's going to get cold. But we want you to get something and be prepared before the frigid weather. We want you to get the fancy foot warmer for just $14.99. And this fancy foot warmer is something that you can go to your closet and slip on after you've had a day out in the cold. Maybe you shoveled your snow. Maybe you had to stand on the bus and wait a while. Maybe you had to walk a few blocks. Maybe you parked a long way, and so your feet felt that cold. And it was not fun. But you know what it feels like when your toes are so cold, you almost feel like they are frostbitten. That is not a fun feeling. Well, these are foot warmers, and you put them inside your shoe, and you see that it's electric. It's going to allow you the chance to warm those feet in a short time. Let your feet get toasty warm so that you can feel those toes again and feel your blood circulating again and feel relaxed again. This is something you need to have in your closet. And the sale price, just $14.99. Of course, you can go to thefemalesolution.com/products and order your fancy foot warmer. Or give us a call, 727-731-5192, and let us know that this is something you'd like to do, is get that fancy foot warmer. Someone came up with the inspiration because they thought about how electric blankets work. When you're really, really cold and you have that electric blanket and it warms you up so much faster than just a blanket because it's electricity generating the heat. Someone came up with the thought, but you know how cold your feet are. What if you could do the same thing for your feet? And there you are. There you are. Yes. And our Monday morning mindfulness host, Zelda Speaks from the Higher Learning Network TV show, says, Grand Rising, beautiful queen teacher. We need these for the homeless. Awesome. Yes. Yes, we do. Just think of that. If we're able to get some of these for those who are living out in the cold, imagine how cold their feet get when it is so frigid and they don't have a place indoors to go. So, well, for all of you who are charitable minded and have been giving to the Higher Learning Network project for the unhoused, you can perhaps give and allow some unhoused person to protect their feet this winter. Now, the project for the unhoused, the homeless project, we say the earth is our home, but some people are unhoused and are living outdoors. And as a result, there are no walls to protect them from the elements. When it snows, when it rains, when there's wind, they feel all of that. And your body can only take so much without protection. We don't have, built-in fur coat the way our animal friends have. So we have to put things on our bodies to insulate us. And sometimes our extremities, like hands and feet, they really suffer the most because you've got the blood trying to get all the way down to your feet, all the way down your arm to your hands, and then you use your hands to do things, you use your feet to do things, and you feel the cold in those parts. So when you need to warm them up, you need them to warm up pretty quickly because it's so easy to get frostbite in hands and feet. And when you can't feel your toes and there's no circulation, that is very dangerous. People have, in fact, lost toes from frostbite. So, this is a very valuable product. This is a very necessary product for people who work outside, those people who have to get up early in the mornings and make sure the parking lots are cleared full of snow and make sure the streets are cleared. Those people who get up in those big trucks and they're out at before the crack of dawn. So by the time you get to the street, it's already clean. Those people are out there bearing the brunt of this weather. This is something that would be a great product. Don't wait till next Christmas. Get it now. Don't wait till the birthday. Get it now. It's January. Get these people a present that can save their feet. They can do that work, go inside, put these in their shoes, put their feet in, plug in, and feel relief. Because this is a serious situation when you are spending an inordinate amount of time in the weather. And you have a lot of people who are immigrating and they have never experienced the cold, not cold in this level. And they're coming here with flip-flops on, no socks. I've seen it. When I went to the University of Nebraska, a cold place just like Chicago. We had a lot of African students that came from, various countries across the continent because they have a really good agriculture and engineering program there at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln, Nebraska. So they had a lot of international students. And I would see, okay, yeah, August, everybody's coming. It's still hot. September is getting a little cooler. October is kind of cold. And November, there's snow on the ground. And I made friends with some of those African students. And they were asking, where do you get boots from and shoes from? Because they had their little sandals on. And it's 40 degrees. And they walking around little sandals. I'm like, no, that ain't going to get it, brother. Oh, sister, you have to get some shoes. You will not survive. Because it's getting ready to snow. And don't have me seeing some people out there in sandals in the snow. I'm like, where are your boots? And they didn't know. And unfortunately, they were not given orientation by people who understood that the climate that they came from didn't have this kind of weather, so their clothing was not equipped for that weather. We got a whole lot of immigrants coming from, come on now, Venezuela. We know the story. And they're walking around with flip-flops. And it is now January. And we've here in Chicago, we've mercifully not had as freezing of weather as we could, but it's 32 degrees today. And if people are still wearing flip-flops, they're going to need a fancy foot warmer. They're going to need a whole lot of help because it's not too many minutes you can stand out in freezing weather and not feel the effects of it. So, yes, my sister, we are going to make sure that the homeless who are out there living in tents, trying to stay warm with no insulation, can get some of these fancy foot warmers because it can be a lifesaver. So we want you to shop with Zoe and go online and get this product, because one of the things that we recognize is that even though every year we go through this weather change, people tend not to think futuristically. They think of what's happening right now. And if right now is warm, then they dress for right now. But there are cities like Chicago where the weather will change before you get back home. You leave the house and it's warm, and by the time you come back home, the temperature has dropped so low, and you had on a sweater and you really needed to have on a heavy jacket, and you are freezing. And if you're on public transportation, you are in trouble because you got to wait for that train, wait for that bus, wait outside. Not all bus stops have shelters. And you are freezing. And that weather changed in a matter of hours. It happens all the time. And people don't think to check the weather, even though you can do it on your cell phone. But sometimes people just don't think. So when we have these seasons going from one season to another, and if you're not prepared for the weather change, you can really spend some hours in miserable circumstances because it's cold and you did not bring adequate clothing. And when you get home, you're shivering, freezing, and your feet are so cold. Maybe you had on them cute little shoes, those little open toe shoes, because you didn't know it was going to be 32 degrees by the time you got home. You're going to need a fancy foot warmer. Slip it in your shoe, slip in your feet, plug it in, and let your feet get toasty warm. Well, we're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we're going to tell you more about how you go about the process. If you have an idea for a product or a business, what do you do to discover how to set a price that would attract a buyer? We'll talk more about that as we invite you to shop with Zoe and get the fancy foot warmer. This is something that you can experience simply because it is available right on our website. Just go to www.thefemalesolution.com and click on the page that says products. And you can get it for the special sale price of $14.99. And we'll be right back after this quick break. So we invite you to stick and stay. Don't stray away. We'll be back in a moment. So stay with us.
We have an opportunity to transform the whole global society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection, and to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be a part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. Do you want to live in a world without war? Join our global peace movement. Heavenly Culture World Peace and Restoration of Light transcends culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWPL is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. Director Shinsu Kim of the HWPI Chicago branch of North America. Join us for our next gathering. Call 773-580-1501 and be a part of the movement for world peace. Email us at Chicago, HWPL@gmail.com. I'm Beata, your holistic life coach. These days, it's more important than ever to work on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Are you consciously breathing deeply in stressful moments? Do you have a plan or daily routine to maintain balance in your awesome body? Are you struggling to be disciplined in your eating habits? When you partner with me, I'll help you develop a personalized health plan that works for your particular lifestyle. You can find out more about me at yourholisticlifecoach.com, where you can also review my 3-step protocol to guide you to abundant health. That's yourholisticlifecoach.com, and I'm Beata. Do you worry about finances, family, health, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answered yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down to earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul. Whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, publish a book, promote your product or service, or just make extra money. Take advantage of the deal of the day. Go to zeldaspeaks.com or call 312-409-6619. Mention promo code The Female Solution and get free shipping. That's zeldaspeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit zeldaspeaks.com.
And we are back. You're listening to and watching the Female Solution Global Radio TV show. I'm Naima Latif, and we are grateful that you have joined us today as we shop with Zoe. And if you are somebody who shops, there are a lot of people who shop online, and a lot of people who are a little fearful of shopping online simply because they're somehow believing that it's not safe. Well, online shopping has actually made it beneficial for people to stay at home and get other things done as they are able to get things delivered to them. And that has given rise to even more business opportunities because now you have more delivery services that are available. And so if we are able to come up with an idea, often that will spur another idea. So one idea leads to another, and that's how the society advances. Everybody contributes something. So you can just imagine the people who were thinking about electric blankets. Well, you can put on a blanket, but what if you heat it up with electricity? Well, that was smart. So from there, you think, wow, what if people could heat up their feet the way you heat up your body with an electric blanket? Wow, fits right in your shoes and instant heat. Your feet get toasty warm. Someone came up with the idea. Yes. So we yes. So we have Zoe on the line. Let's see. We do not see you backstage. So are you somehow it's well, I'm going to send you the link again just to make sure that you have the right one because you're not appearing here at all. Well, are you able to see me? Oh, if you don't see me, that means you're not on the right you're not on the right link. Okay, well let me send you the link again. Yeah, that means you're not on the right link. Let me send it to you again to make sure and make sure we see you. Because we've been showing the fancy foot warmer to our viewers for $14.99. Yeah, that means it's that we'll send the link again just to make sure that you have the one that's going to bring you to the screen so we can see your wonderful face. Okay, let me send it again. All righty. So let's send it again. All righty. And see what happens because we want to see you. All right. All right. Wonderful. Let's see. Let's try this. Okay. Ah. Ah, yes. Well, Zoe's a woman on the go. And let's see. It should have arrived. See it? Okay. Let's just try it again. All right. So I'm going to hang up so we don't. Ah, there we go. Let me hang up the phone. Ah, there we go. All right. There is the beautiful Zoe Ma. Let's bring her on screen. Yes. All right. Oh, wait, try it again. Whoopsie. Enter stage. Yes. Ah, there you are. Yes. Well, here they are. Yes. The fancy
Good
foot warmers.
morning.
Yes. So, we've been talking about how important it is and of course, Zelda has said all Chicago needs these. Wow, a great birthday gift. If you've got somebody who works outside or just has to be outside in the cold, whether they've got one of those jobs where they have to uh, get up early in the morning and clean the snow or maybe
Yeah,
do
you can
sanitation work. They need to have that. Then they can come
in the
inside.
morning, and in the morning, I would just put myself like warming my little hands here this morning.
Yes, yes. And that's another great thing. You can warm your hands up. Just put your hands around them and feel that.
Yeah, actually, it was
Yeah.
so. And then I just find this gadget, and I feel like what there's quite a lot of people are so smart, try to find a solution to solve the daily problem, no matter how
Yeah.
small they are. But they just figure out this thing, and I say those are so cute.
Yes. Yes. And so now, do they come in different sizes or any size? Kind of like any size fits all. You just basically
Yeah, this
any
is
size.
only one size.
Okay.
So yeah, they are so portable. I saw on Amazon they are much bigger. The one like almost like a station. You put your feet on that, your shoes over
Mm.
that. But this one is I found it's because it's so portable, and I brought it with me to Orlando now. I'm actually in.
Ah.
So yeah, I like this one. It's just so portable. And then I can put underneath my socks.
Oh, that's good.
And then under my little feet. So I think this is just you can use in many forms. You can hold it when you feel like, oh, I just my finger need to be warmed up. This is what is
Mm.
good. A lot of time so cold with our fingers, and then like
Yes.
this one.
You
You
just
just
hold on to it and you'll feel the heat come out. So I see that
so
there's
warm.
little holes. Is that where the heat comes out in the little
There also it's a,
in
yeah, it's because it's inside like it's not very hot, so it will not burn you. Sometimes
Oh, okay. Just
sometimes
warm
it's too
it up.
hot, it just burns you. It's not.
Mhm.
It's so. And I put underneath my socks, like if my toes are cold, I put underneath my socks for this
Ooh.
one. So it's kind of cute, little gadget things. It was kind of cute, and that's why I like it for purpose. And I
Yeah.
find different ways to use it. It's not just this is like your shoe warmer, or is the odor, disinfection. You can disinfect your shoe, your shoes, or and all those things. But now I just using for my little hands, just like holding my
Mm.
feel like I'm holding my son's little feet when they were little.
Yes, yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, so like I said, oh, you okay? My
Yes.
son's too big now. I can't hold his feet. I can hold this. So this morning I was thinking about that.
Yeah, I've seen your son. I think his feet are a little too big to hold like that
Yes,
anymore.
yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Well,
but it,
this is really a good time of the year for people to get this, because even though we've had a sort of a mild winter, it hasn't snowed as much as it's going to. We need to be prepared. I tell people, get it now before you need it. Don't wait till you're outside and then it snows while you're still at work, and then you got to come home and you got to walk through snow and have frozen feet, and then you get home and your feet are still stiff. Have it ready, so as soon as that weather changes, because it's going to get cold pretty soon, already have it in the house so that you can come home and warm up those feet and those hands real quick, because it is not
and
comfortable when you're feeling it
yeah,
like,
and even this morning in Orlando, in the morning is a 50 degree.
wow, yeah, that's
In the
cold for
morning,
Orlando.
yeah, I just I need to get my jacket out walking outside. So it's even like Orlando, not necessarily warm. At least not in the morning. I just feel, oh, this is almost like Chicago weather in the morning.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
gonna
last
be
Chicago
colder
winter.
then. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
hmm
So
like I said, those um the mission of this channel is to help those who want to be have their own business, the entrepreneurs, to find products that they actually can not only just get a referral, help their friends to buy. One day they will find somebody who actually want to run their own business.
yes,
Um, and I've been listening to a lot of shows, and I find that you know here everything is so expensive.
yes.
Everything is so, and the inflation is, what caused inflation? What caused the price going up? One reason is lack of competition.
Ah, yes. If you're the
Le-
only one selling something, then you can set whatever the price is, because if they can't buy it anywhere else, they gotta spend whatever you tell them, because there's no, like you say, no competition.
no
So
competition. One way is so if they set the price, or they will set a regulation. You have to go through so many licensing
yes,
to stop you from doing the things actually in many culture, many country that you can do. There, I saw one YouTuber. He's a Canadian retiree, and he been living between China and Canada for a while. And recently he moved again from Canada to China, and he's showing off his haircut. He said, "Look, my haircut is 15 Chinese yuan. It's about like $2." He said, "My haircut in Canada is 33 Canadian dollars. So versus $2 versus 33 Canadian dollars. You know,
wow,
so it's such a price difference, and
yeah,
and I think is a lot of these countries like Canada, United States, and maybe Europe too, is a lot of a monopoly.
mm,
The monopoly keep the price up.
mm,
So we as a consumer should take the power, boycott monopoly. We don't
yes,
we don't buy from the stores. We find the cheaper sources. The number one is we have to boycott the monopoly.
Yes.
We find that other alternative sources to buy expensive items. Even Amazon almost become a monopoly. I think the price jack up a lot. Yes. So I think, sometimes it's hard to find lower price product anymore. And because of, Amazon, I think they add a lot of price margins. And this is no longer a place for inexpensive product. So I would say we should be smart, find alternative sources, and then we can stretch our dollars for our own benefit rather than enrich the corporate monopolies. I think that's the message when I come to see around different platforms and then travel around the other countries, and I see how come other countries people enjoy affordable products, and in America we suffer from inflation. It's just because the system promote monopoly by the corporate. We should build up mom and pop shop. We should rebuild mom and pop shop. So that's why we need every one of us to join this movement that we boycott monopoly and rebuild mom and pop shops. And we will help each other to take this power away from the corporate monopolies. So let's see. I want to show again these little feet. They're just so cute, and they are foot warmers. You can be hands warmers too. I just love them. They are so cute. The color is also so cute. I think there are also another color is like black, but I like this yellow with a little this kind of I think it's a little pink red or something, or purple red, but they're just cute. So you can order that from our female solution .com website, and you have friends, just refer that to the website, and you get a referral fee. Or if you want to be a distributor, I help you to build your own business. So let's see, where is our Naima? But anyway, I don't know everybody remember the other product we have been promoting. One is the toilet warmer, the Heine warmer. Actually, even in Orlando, I just went to the bathroom. Even in Orlando, I feel this. The toilet seat is really chill to my butt, and I really not enjoying it. I feel like, hey, I could bring my own Heine warmer with me to even Orlando. I just like, I should have that. So I think, for people who travel, now it's like a travel season. For people who travel, they should bring that along with them. At least in the winter time. Really, it doesn't matter where you go. You have the chill, toilet, and they are not so nice to sit on in the morning or all day.
Absolutely.
So that I think next time I'm gonna smart. I'm gonna bring one with me. So those things come really handy, Yes. Especially because if you stay in a couple of days. So for me, I stayed 4 nights here, and I can definitely put that on my, toilet seat warmer, and then I can enjoy my, the moment of natural call.
Yes.
Sit on the really, really comfy. But today, I was like, next time. We need to change our mindset.
Well, that's the thing. The things that we're offering are things that people may want to just create a whole travel bag. Where we got the travel bag, and then you got products you can take with you in your travel bag to make your journey more comfortable. Is this things that you're going to need? And we've got a comment here from Deborah. Let's see if we can bring her comment on. She says, Grand Rising, the foot warmer is much needed now in the climate. How will the warmer work if the shoes or boots are damp inside? Will the warmer help dry the shoes or boots? That's a good question. Great question, Deborah. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is definitely the warmer, but it won't dry you shoes, boots very fast. So it takes a little bit of time because it's a warmer dryer. So
they will dry a little bit.
It takes you probably put like over a night, have this plugged on overnight, have the warm and heat to the. But if it's like a really wet, I'm not so sure it's going to dry it really fast. So, but because it doesn't have it's only one mode. This node is not adjustable, but it's not like a burning hot. So, but definitely just if it's more for like a sweat. When you have sweat, then you put it in. But if it's because you walk through the slushy one,
a lot of times that happens.
Yeah, like I said, then you probably need to put in the dryer to dry it faster. Okay, so but this is more like deodorized, and then disinfect a little bit, and then really warm.
Well, let me ask this question. Speaking of water, because electricity and water kind of doesn't mix. So, are there any dangers in terms of getting electrocuted? That you got something plugged in and you got shoes on. The shoes are a little bit damp. So
no, it's not. I think I think the chips is within. It's really inside it, and this is really have a good plastic, very hard plastic around it, so it's really protect. I don't think there will be this is the wire. It doesn't. It's really pretty good for that. I think there will be
it's safe.
Yeah, I don't think it will hazard for that.
Well, that's good, and I think that's important for people to know, because anytime you plug in something, you need to make sure you're safe electric wise. But it looks like it's a simple thing. You sit down your easy chair. You put your feet in the shoes with the foot warmers, plug it in, and I would say, take off the shoes that are wet and put them in shoes that are dry. That would work best. Like you're saying, let your shoes dry, maybe on the heater or something like that, but don't put the foot warmers in wet boots. Put them in dry shoes. That
if it's too wet, it's not. It's not like a heater, like a dryer.
Not like a dryer.
You need to put it in the dryer to dry it. So, but I feel this is just really cool to put it like when you if you like my feet sometimes sweat, and I put it underneath my feet. It really helps. Those ones I like it for that purpose. And my my hands and my toes within my socks. I would really good. I like it. And then the little shape is also, it's not very, very big. Perfectly, underneath your arch of your feet. So, yeah.
Yes.
It's a little cute gadget.
Yes. And I could see where you just have it as a regular routine. You come home, children come home from school, just, have them sit down with the foot warmers and plug it in so they can warm their feet, because a lot of times children they run and play in the snow, and it's fun, but your feet are frozen when you get home, and so you don't want to have feet problems, which my mother used to always tell tell us you have problems with arthritis if you let your limbs get too cold
Mhm.
uh, in the snow. So we
Yeah.
we want to make sure that our children, even though they're having fun out in the snow and throwing snowballs and all that sort of thing, but when they come inside, they really need to warm those feet so that they
Yeah.
are not having joint problems later on. And also just to get that circulation back going, because you can spend a lot of times out in the snow and you don't realize
Yeah. And
that.
that's why I like it. It's not like too hot when it burns your feet. This is not, it will not have that. It's just gently warm it up your feet.
Yes.
And then I think absolutely, that's for the Chinese culture, the keep your feet warm is so important. They even have this reflexology, is how the feet has all the acupuncture points for your whole body.
Mm.
Certain like the acupuncture point that actually relate to your organs of your whole body.
Ah,
So it's very important to massage your feet.
yes.
So this
Yes.
is, keep it warm and the massage, and that's good for you. I remember actually one of my high school classmates, he actually practiced qigong, and I remember
Ah,
1 year
yeah.
I went back to China, and then it was in the summer, like July August weather, and then he would advise us that for those of us who had suffer that the cold winter, in the
Mm-hmm.
summertime we need to accumulate the heat from the sun. So you know what he instruct me to do is
Mm-hmm.
actually put our feet on the granite floor, which is at the noontime when it's so hot outside, and the granite floor, like outside. You mean sometimes you have like a square, they lay the ground with the granite top,
Ah, yes.
and then because those granite has absorbed the heat from the sun all day, it's so hot. So when you place your feet on it, you are almost step on like hard plate.
Mm.
But
Wow.
but you know what? So that summer I did that. Like I followed his instruction, and then gradually our feet can take the heat from this hot plate of.
Mm.
And then he just said in the summertime we should use that therapy to absorb the heat from the sun. That will,
Ah,
in the winter time, will be better prepared to fight the cold.
that
So
makes
those
sense.
that was the Chinese traditional medicine.
Ah,
So yeah, it's really so. Sometime in August, I will step outside, find like granite top
mm.
floor. I was stamp on it, and because after a while you can feel the stone absorb the coldness
Mm.
from
Wow.
your feet, and then so you not feel like, oh, you're stepping on the hot plate, you're just juggles, but
Mm.
gradually you can stand on very heated granite. I
Wow.
I suggest
Wow.
the therapy, so that's what he suggests in the summertime. We need to collect all the heat from the sun to our body to fight against the cold in the winter.
Wow. Well, now that's something to remember.
So
We're
and
gonna take one.
this one can be the replacement.
Yes. Yes. See, that's
So in the winter time, you can have this one put underneath your feet,
yes.
and then just keep your feet warm and then help your circulation.
Absolutely. That's what we need to do. Well, we're going to take one last break and come back and talk to some of you all that are maybe on our switchboard. And if you're on our on air radio network, of course, uh, just make sure you announce your name and we will bring you on. And if you've got questions about the fancy foot warmer, we'll be right back. So stay with us.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, People are using the internet to talk to everybody. Friends, neighbors, family members, co-workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, child care services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms.
And in case you didn't notice the resemblance, we're also three sisters.
We're going to be coming to you every week, sharing our successes and our mistakes as we navigate our lives as moms, wives, sisters, daughters, and of course, Black women in today's world.
We'll talk about it all: race, politics, religion, economics, culture, and we'll take a look at everything from whether or not to use corporal punishment to how do you teach your children about sex.
Look for our upcoming book, Growing Up Charles. It's a personal story about our lives growing up in Maple Park on Chicago's South Side. I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Three Black Moms. All right. And okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get rid of this one. All right. Two different devices going here. All right. So now let's see. We have another comment here. Viata, our Friday morning host, says, Grand Rising, beautiful souls, love the colorful top. Stay warm. Yes. It's this is that season where you almost don't know what to wear, because sometimes the weather seems like it's nice because it's sunny outside, and then you actually step outside and it is freezing. So that's why you got to be ready, and make sure that you dress warmly, or at least carry something that you can put on. And this is something you can put in your bag, put in your travel bag. You can put in your bag so that when the weather changes, you have something. So even now, you've got your foot warmers, so that if at the end of the day, after you're going outside, you need to come inside and warm your feet. There you have it with you. So that's one of those things that we might want to add to the travel kit. You have your you have your hiney warmers, you have your foot warmers, and you have all the handy travel bag that you bought. So this is great for somebody who needs to be on the go, but you want to have all of your accessories with you so that you can be comfortable.
Just when we were on the break, you know what I was trying to do? I
What's
give
that?
myself a foot massage.
Oh, now that's
with
smart.
this with this thing, with this little
Yes.
warmer, and you
Oh,
can
that's
you
great.
have, because how you're going to give your foot massage. And this is like, that's what I'm doing with my foot massage. So this is
Yeah.
actually a lot of things you can use for this. A lot of ways you can actually improve how actually pamper yourself.
Yes.
Give
Yes.
yourself a foot massage.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know. So because on the other one, the other surface is actually have a kind of give you more traction, so you can use that side to give you a foot massage, a little warmer and a foot massager.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's good.
so keep you like travel. You can give you a little pamper to yourself while you travel. Like while you're watching TV, your hands can
Yeah.
you don't have to let your hands sit idle. You can give yourself a little foot massage, or
Right.
you can have your loved ones to give you a foot massage.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's right. We got some callers on the line here. Let me open the mic for area code 314-677. So introduce yourself to our listening and viewing audience and give us your question or comment about the fancy foot warmer with Zoe. Go right ahead.
Do I imagine this product has its needs?
Yes.
May comment on prices.
Yes.
Talking about.
Yes.
Prices are determined by a willing buyer and a willing seller.
That's true.
And if you got more willing buyers, then the sellers is going to try to reap as much as they can, which helps their business.
Right.
But you was talking about the black consumers. See, the thing is that black businesses, they have to buy what they sell on their shelves wholesale from those who are manufacturing and producing. They're the one that's going to control your prices ultimately. And with some of these ethnic groups like Asians are not going to give others family prices where you can compete against their own. They're just not going to do it. It just don't make sense. So until you get into the global manufacturing and producing what it is that you want to sell, that you're now trying to source wholesale from others, well, you can always have that dilemma. You can't outdo a Walmart. Believe it or not, we're in January, and Walmart has put in its orders for clothes that's going to be sold in the fall.
Oh, absolutely.
Manufacturing. So they are 3 seasons ahead, and that's why they're in the position that they're in. Anyway, I just wanted to add that.
Well, I'm glad you brought those things up. And one of the things about selling and buying online, you don't always know who your business associate that you're trading with even looks like, because so many things. You might hear a voice, you might see an email. People are doing business differently now, and I understand the point that you're making, where you have a lot of people who are doing business within family groups or social groups or whatever the case may be. But now business is a little bit different. People are looking at who can get them the best deal. Like you mentioned, people who are buying wholesale from the manufacturer. And sometimes there's a lot of negotiation that goes on. And if one person is offering one price, let's say you've got a product and you want to sell it wholesale for $3 a piece, for whatever it is. And so you want to sell that price wholesale. Maybe it only costs you $2 to buy it and to create it, whatever it is, the materials and everything. It only costs you maybe $2. So you're selling the wholesale, maybe $3. But if you got a person that's offering to buy it wholesale for $4, then you're going to sell it to that person, even though the $3 person might be somebody but the person who offers you more money, that's the one you're going to sell to. That's usually how it goes, just business wise in general. If someone offers you more, then you're going to go with that person, and it's not personal; it's just business, as they said in The Godfather. Terrible example, but the fact is, people look at how they can get the most for their product. and who is willing to pay them the price. So whether it's you know, $3 or $300, if it's a choice between getting $300 more or getting $400, you're gonna go with the $400 because that's more than what you were going to get paid by this other person. So every negotiation, I think people look at more than just, well, is this my friend or family member that I'm going to sell to? They look at, are they willing to pay me more so that I can make more? And it really isn't as personal as it used to be.
Let me add in now a little bit more. I think what you said is true. Like Mr.
Bianchi,
Pianki,
yes.
Pianki, what you said is true. Maybe for things maybe 10, 20 years ago, that Walmart has monopoly in China. Okay, but of the monopoly of the manufacturer in China 20, 25 years ago. The actually, Walmart single-handedly transfer American jobs to China.
Wow.
Okay.
We need to know that.
Yeah. Walmart is the key. What they did is 20 some years ago, Walmart went to China and they have a purchasing unit in, I think, South China. And he called all the Chinese manufacturers to their office to submit a proposal. Walmart set the price 10% less of the manufacturer price at that time. So Walmart dictate the Chinese manufacturers to to produce the goods to Walmart specifications and the Walmart price. Walmart trained the Chinese manufacturers to produce the products by Walmart standard. And then they trained not one company. They trained hundreds of companies for maybe single product. So for every product in China, you may have 100 manufacturers for the same product. Right now, all those 100 manufacturers not necessarily work with Walmart, because Walmart, they only buy from one manufacturer, not buy all 100. So you have a choice to meet the other 99 who manufacture the same thing. You know? So right now in China, okay, the whole world almost suffer inflation. There's only one country suffer deflation.
And that's China.
That's China.
And that's because of Walmart.
Because Walmart trained not only one company, they trained 100 company. Hundreds company to produce one same product. So there's 100 company going to compete with one another to get the price down, the quality up. So right now, these 99 companies who do not work with Walmart are looking for you to sell their product in China, in United States. So right now, it's actually the wholesalers market in China. You can go to China to meet the 99 and get the best deal. They all going to fight for your order.
So now the question is, can a person like a regular person like us, can we beat Walmart's prices when it comes to purchasing wholesale? Because they're buying in major bulk, like you mentioned. They've got Walmart stores all over the place, so they can dictate to the Chinese manufacturer, this is what we're going to pay you, but we're going to buy in such volume that you're still going to make a profit. Is there room for anybody to be able to contact a manufacturer and underprice Walmart, and they're not buying the same volume?
Yes.
Let me comment on that.
Okay, go ahead, Bianchi.
Let me comment on that. Not only do the Asians manufacture and produce, they also control the shipping line, the shipping around the world. In the United States, your custom brokers, those are the people that clear goods that comes into the ports of the United States. The majority of your custom brokers are Chinese. When you go to the custom broker schools, the Chinese are dominant in the classroom. Okay, then when they hit the ports, if they have their own warehousing and their own distribution, I mean, they put everything together. Now, you can start manufacturing here in the United States. There's nothing stopping you. But I would guarantee that your cost would be very much higher because look what minimum wage is. They're talking about raising minimum wage up to $25. So that would put you completely out of the picture if you're talking about manufacturing and producing here.
Well, that's one of the major issues that comes up, even when the Walmart workers start talking about how they're treated unfairly. The whole thing comes down to how much you're paying your workers. And if you have unionized unionized labor in America that's making so much per hour, and the overseas labor is making so much less, then the products that are shipped over here that are manufactured overseas cost less. So that ends up putting American workers who have these higher wages out of work. So I mean, this is the dynamics that's happening globally in terms of business. On the one hand, people want to make more money because the cost of living is higher, but on the other hand, the manufacturers, the distributors, and all the people who are making money off the products, they want a higher profit margin. So this is why the auto industry and the steel industry and all these other industries went overseas where they could pay people less. I mean, we had the whole conversation on our Sunday show about the cell phones and the money being paid or not being paid to the workers in the Congo, and how it's like slavery. But the minerals that they're mining that go into these cell phones is valuable, and people are making a lot of profit off of it. How can they do that? They're paying less money to people who are doing the mining. So how do we make it so that people get a fair wage so that they can live and everybody can benefit from the buying and selling of products? There's an imbalance right now because American workers want to get paid more, and American business owners that are shipping in products and selling them don't want to pay as much to the workers. So they'd rather pay some people overseas. That's why Walmart came up with the idea. Look, we'll go to China. We'll make a deal with these manufacturers. This is what we're going to pay you, and we want you to send us the products. And now we got Walmart's putting all the higher price stores out of business all over the nation. Whose fault is it? Nobody's fault, because the consumers want to pay less for what they buy. So we're all participating. We can't blame anybody.
And also, I think right now, China is not cheap. Chinese labor are not cheap. That's why a lot of manufacturers are going to Vietnam and Southeast Asia and then Central America. But what China did, and then right now, what China did is they upgrade their manufacturer. They use robot. Okay, so right now is they are using AI. So it's not like, oh, Chinese manufacture cheap product. No, the Chinese all the robot is manufacturing. So you can't say that, oh, the Chinese labor cheaper. No, you have to go to see. China housing market is almost, in many of like big cities, are more expensive than United States. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, United States, the logistics are so outdated. They use so many, like, they don't because I start purchasing, I know the shipping charge is, I think that the is, if some company actually have very efficient logistics in America. I'm not talking about made in China. It's when after coming to United States custom and how much the cost. It's not very expensive. It's more if you have American company want to invest in the logistics, and they can do it. So it's right now, it's not many American company is investing in the logistics of delivering goods from the customs, U.S. custom to consumers. That's the
Absolutely.
problem.
That's it.
You see here, the delivery charge is so expensive because there's a very low competition and
Yeah.
a very low tech. That's the reason. America, in terms of consumer technology, is way behind China.
Yes.
Way
'Cause we're not
behind
teaching.
China.
Yeah.
And just you go to China right now, it's 20 years ahead of United States now.
Yeah. Technologically, I've seen it. And
Technologically.
that's,
So
and you know,
I
you have to
think,
look at that. Yeah.
yeah, so you can't blame, oh, they manufacture less and blah, blah, blah. It's the United States.
Yeah.
They are not upgrading their infrastructure. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Everything is so slow, so manually. So you can't complain China. It's more you have to demand the government, not send the money to the war. Invest in the infrastructure in the United States.
Well, you know, that's been the argument for a long time.
So
Peacetime economies are always better than wartime economies, but the people who are being brainwashed to think that we have to be afraid and we should make sure we have enough weapons, well, those are the ones who are allowing this economy to be war based and not peace based. And so, where countries like China are developing their technology, their AI, their robotics, and all of that, we got this great gun manufacturing and distribution industry that is helping no one, not the average person. So I mean, it's just basic intelligence. Where do you want to put your efforts? Do you want to put your efforts toward products that people are using every day, or do you want to put your efforts toward products that are destroying life everywhere and making it unsafe? So it doesn't make any sense. And we have the collective responsibility to decide where we want our dollars to go and where we want our efforts to go. And in Bianca, you've raised some great points, because this is the question. These are the questions that are going to determine economically where the United States stands in the future, just based on the fact that the future belongs to the one who's educating their children to be prepared and to create and to trade and invest. And if we're not doing that, then we can't blame anybody but ourselves. Yes.
China is going. They are already. They already overtake America. No matter America just manipulate the price of dollar to make sure to justify their GDP as number one. But in terms of purchasing power, China overtake America, I think, in 2014. The Chinese dollars for the things they can buy, the Chinese purchasing power is already overtake America. So we have to look at ourselves. What can we do to make America
Absolutely.
improve our purchasing power? Our
Right.
dollar in America can't buy much for us anymore.
So we have to create products that are easy to manufacture and take less costs, so that we can charge less money. And that's what we're looking to bring to you, products that you can pay less money for and get paid. But we got to go, and we thank you all. Thank you all for listening. One last minute. We've got about 30 seconds. Anybody on the On Air Radio Network that has a thought they'd like to share before we go? No? Okay. Well, we thank you all, and shop with Zoe. Get the fancy foot warmer, just $14.99. Go to thefemalesolution.com/products, and you can order your products today. And we want to thank all of you all. We've got a couple of comments we can share before we go. And oh, you're great. As Zelda says, hi, beautiful Zoe. Foot massages are necessary for good health. Great health tip. And Deborah says, buy local, buy the Female Solution products. That's right. Buy local, and you can enrich the local, great local, create local products. And that's what we're here to do. So shop with Zoe every Tuesday morning. And we'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday with my co-host Kareem Hamid with more exciting information about what's happening in the world around you. And until that time, we invite you to continue to shine your light. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks.
Peace. Peace. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
We've come to the end of our show today, but you can hear every show in the archive at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. You can also hear today's show on the Female Solution Facebook page. Go to www.facebook.com/the-female-solution. Leave your comments about today's show. You can always reach me on my website at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. Watch our TV shows, listen to our radio shows, order our book, and be sure to get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussion. And to our global family listening from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, Shise, India, Zanyaba, Japan, Toronto, Korea, Kamsamida, Russia, Iba, Germany, Danke, Poland, Jean, France, Merci, Spain, Gracias, Italy, Grazie, Egypt, Shukra, Ghana, Nadasi, Nigeria, Eshe, South Africa, Gabon, Senegal, Kenya, Asante, Israel, Toda, Pakistan, Shukriya, Afghanistan, Tashakor, Saudi Arabia, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. And may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God.